Good afternoon, folks. I posted my first horse racing video a couple days ago, and I figured I would start out with a real simple video explaining handicapping and how it has changed over the years. I used to go to the harness track and the dog track down in Florida. The horse tracks were a little too far for me to go, and I lived very close to the Palm Beach Kennel Club, so I learned how to handicap dog races. And the thing that I liked about dogs that I didn't like about horses was that the dogs run most of their races at the same track, and so you've got a basis for comparison on the speed. With the dogs, I became really good at handicapping those races. The dogs are very predictable. There's fast breakers, dogs with early speed, and then there's ones with closing ability. And some like to run inside, and some like to run outside. So if I had a dog on an inside post that loved to run inside, it was less likely to get into a collision. And of course, that's one thing that's a big factor in dog racing is collisions. You wouldn't think it is a big factor in horse racing, but the more I look, it's a huge factor. But in any case, the basis for handicapping comes down to speed, and the tools that are available now at Twin Spires are incredible. I'm looking at the second race in Indianapolis, and this is what I see in the basic information column. I see the horses listed here, the jockeys and the trainers. And one of the first things that I do is I look at the amount of money per race that these horses have earned. I learned this from an English guy. Anyway, if you click on this horse here, it gives you his past performances, and right up at the top is you can see that he's had 7 races and made $86,000. So that's about what, $12,000 per start. So you go down to the second horse. He's had 20 races for $200,000. It's roughly the same, but you can see that he's got more races and consequently more money. Third race, the third dog here is 12 races and $49,000. So he's down there. He's only making about $4,000 a race. And I'm going to go on right on down the line here. This horse has run 27 races and made $39,000. It's a little over $10,000 a race. The number 5 is 19 races for $88,000, so he's under $5,000 a race. And Fabricate here in the 7th position has run 22 races and won $187,000, so it's roughly $9,000 per race. Anyway, like I say, a guy from England told me that this is one of the first things that he looks at. And if you, he said it doesn't work all the time, and I'll reiterate that. This does not work all the time. But I was at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, and I was betting a simulcast horse race at Tampa. And I'll never forget this. I went through the earnings per race, and there was one horse that had won way more money than all the rest, and he was going off at like 20 to 1. So I I wheeled that. I bet that horse to win, place, and show. I wheeled it in the exacta, and I believe I bet it all in the trifecta. Um, and in any case, that horse uh, clearly won. I mean, he started out at the rear of the pack, but it didn't take him long. He passed everybody. It was a gray horse, and he won, and I won a ton of money. And anyway, so that's one of the first things that I look at when I'm handicapping a race. Um, and Twin Spires makes that available. I'll go back here to the first horse again. It not only lists the number of races and the amount they won, but it goes down and it lists the most, well, it lists all their races. And so you can see, I'm mostly interested in the last race, and this particular horse has won the last 2 races. So it's kind of hard to go against him. But then down here underneath that, you click See All, and you see the rest of his races, as well as the workouts. And the workouts can tell you a lot. They on the 27th of July, this horse ran 3 furlongs and 39 seconds flat. He was second out of 5. Well, you're looking for a horse that really stands out. And it takes a while to get to know these speeds. But remember, these are workouts now. They don't have a jockey pushing them generally. They take the horse out and they exercise them, and about once every couple of weeks they time them. And so in any case, I'm gonna go back here to the main board here. So anyway, under the basic handicapping tools, you have all that information for each horse. And then I'm going to go to up here to pace. And this is what I really like. This is what you really want to visualize. This ranks the horses by pace. Early pace 2, and late pace. And the longer the race is, the more you want to pay attention to the late pace. And here, the late pace this is a 6 furlong race. The longer the race, the more important the late pace is. But in any case, this number 2 is going off at 2 to 1, and he's got the second early pace, third early pace, and the best late pace. So, like I say, that this is one of the important tools that you have now that Twin Spires in their statistics provides for you. And so anyway, that's probably the first thing I look at after the amount of money that they won and in their last race. So then they also have class, and this relates to the class that the dogs have run. The horses. The number 2 has got the best average class, and of course this is what's just like all these statistics. It's based on their past performances, and if you have a horse that's going up in class, he's running against a stronger field. If he's dropping in class, well then he's running against theoretically a weaker field. And so anyway, that's class, and then there's speed. And there too, this ranks horses on average speed, average distance, and best speed, and it ranks them from first to last. And obviously, what you're looking for here is the horses that are first or second or whatever, But these are statistics that handicappers used to try and get off a racetrack program that posted the positions. But anyway, these are modern tools that are important and a tremendous help to handicappers. So anyway, then there's speed, there's class, there's pace. Then there's an advanced tab here, and this shows their sire and their dam, as well as the jockey and the trainer. Now, a lot of horse handicappers, they go by the jockey, or they go by the trainer. Some go by the sire and the dam. I'll use Mage, this year's Kentucky Derby winner. He's out of a sire. He was sired by Good Magic, and Good Magic is siring a ton of good colts and fillies. And so, this is important to look at. Number one is Union Rags. He's a well-known sire. He sired lots of champions. Steve Asmussen is a top-notch trainer. Jose Ramos, this shows that he wins 18% of his races. Then I'll go right down the line. This guy wins 15%. This Jane Elliott, she's apparently new, doesn't have a track record. Abel wins 10%. T.C. Stevens has got he's won 0% of his races. He's run 14 races, been a rider for 14 races. And Fernando de la Cruz, he wins 13% of his races. And I could go through the statistics for the trainers, but my whole point is that this information is available on the Twin Spires platform, and this is why I chose Twin Spires to do my online wagering. And then there's even tips, and I'll go into that. There's these are tips from the I don't know who makes these tips, but anyway, the tip here is that this is the best distance top pick for best distance. I don't really pay much attention to these, but I know some people do. And then here's the top picks. The top pick here is 416. Top speed is 624. I would definitely be leaning towards the top speed. The top class is 245, and the top pace is 421. So anyway, you know, there's all kinds of ways you can look at a race, but this under this tips tab, it provides this information, and then they've got this Brad Aragone's picks, and his pick is the 215. I haven't really followed you know, how accurate these are, because I prefer to make my own picks, and you know, based on all the other information contained here. And so anyway, I don't want to make this video very long, but I did want to post it because this is the basis for handicapping. You know, some people go by what the horses look like and whether they take a crap on the field before the race, but it's hard to argue against the information contained here. And naturally, some of the horses will run better than their average. Some will run less, you know, below their average. But you know, this is gambling, and handicapping is more of an art than a science. And you know, and of course, I'll get into the odds in another video, but I wanted to post this about the information contained here at Twin Spires. And I could get into all this other stuff, but this is the basis for handicapping. And in order to become a proficient handicapper, you need to understand that all this information is available. And if you learn how to use it, you can increase your odds of winning. And, what I look for in here is the information contained here versus the odds of the horses, which are listed right here. And obviously, what you're looking for is a horse that you really like going off at long odds. And, I'll pick Mage in the Kentucky Derby. He went off at 15-1 at race time, but he was 75-1 in the Derby futures. And after I saw his maiden race and looked up his pedigree, I became an instant Mage fan. And before he even had enough points to get to the Derby, I bet him at 75-1 in the Kentucky Derby futures. And consequently, he won. And of course, I made some other bets on him as well, including at 15-1. And of course, in hindsight, I wish I would have bet more. But anyway, I was very happy that Mage won the Kentucky Derby, and it was a good payday for me. And that's why I'm adding this horse racing to my poker YouTube channel. It's going to be both poker and horses from now on. So that's it for today. This is Laughlin007 signing out. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in and like and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of fun here, and hopefully I can make you a winner. Anyway, again, Laughlin007 signing out. Thank you.